Good evening, everyone. I'm Andrew Mendez. I'm a senior at Brainerd High. I was brought to this group after learning about the problems that our ecosystem has been brought on. Climate change is a reality now. It is a crisis that we are all facing. And the Mississippi River is not immune to this. We are seeing massive amounts of pollution going into the river, causing massive amounts of damage. The river is something we all treasure and must take any measures to protect, because it is something that we all live by and use. According to the National Park Service, 260 different species of fish, or 25% of North American fish species, live within the upper part of the Mississippi River. Now, this is not only important to the ecosystem as a whole, but it's important to many of us, as many of us are fishermen or just simply like to go out and watch these fish. But these fish aren't even part of the problem. 60% of birds use the Mississippi River as their primary migratory path. Now, without this path, or without polluted path, we can see that migratory birds will not be able to migrate as easily. And we can see that mass extinction will happen for these birds eventually. 40% of waterfowl use it during the spring and fall times while they're migrating for simply a resting period. From Illinois to Itasca, 38 species of mussels have been documented. Each one of them vital to filtering out the pollutants that are put into the river on a daily basis. There are over 50 mammals that are supported by the river that live within the region, and over 145 species living off the river itself too. The Mississippi River is something that is the most diverse region within our continent. Although it may not look like it, it is. And it is something we must protect, because without this diversity, we will see that our genomes within this area will decrease, causing less and less birds, fish, bugs, and every other animal within our region. But not only is it just the wildlife that this river is affecting, it is affecting every single one of us and the massive majority of our economy. According to the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, in a recent study, the upper part of the Mississippi alone brings in $253.2 billion in revenue, supporting 755,000 jobs. One of the biggest sectors of this is tourism, such as kayaking or tubing. This is a huge part of our economy, and much of it is put into our tax revenue. This is vital for every one of us. Although it may not be directly correlated, or we might not have a direct job, we are all affected by this, as this economic input is very vital to the state and national level. But not only is this river just important to the economy and the environment, it's important to even our mental health. According to a new study, 30 minutes of nature exposure per week decreases depression by 7% and high blood pressure by 9%. And from the unquote, we are able to rest our minds and we are able to be present and focus on the moment, unquote. The river itself is a place for people to immerse themselves in nature and get away from the stress of modern society. In 2018, 55% of visitors to a park said the outdoor space was as adding extreme benefit to their environment and to their mental health. Now, mental health is one of the most important things in today's society, as an increase in stress increases the chance of heart disease and blood pressure, which are some of the major killers in today's society. This river, although we may not see the direct links to all the problems around us, it very much is. So we must take every possible resource to save it, because otherwise we are going to make our lives much, much harder in the future.